Welcome to Midwest Solar and Energy Solarcast. I'm Steve Hodges, and this is Rob Rotman, CEO with Midwest Solar and Energy.
Glad to be here, Steve.
You know, I've been doing some research on making my home more energy efficient and even exploring the idea of going solar.
That's great to hear, Steve. It's a smart move, and there are plenty of government programs out there to help with the transition.
Yeah, I've been digging into these government programs, especially the REAP grants and the Solar for All program. Honestly, it's a lot to process.
It can be overwhelming at first, but that's why we're here. We can break it down and see what makes the most sense for your situation.
Let's start with REAP.
Sure thing. REAP stands for the Rural Energy for America program. It's like a hidden gem for folks in rural areas looking to invest in renewable energy and energy efficiency upgrades.
REAP sounds promising, but my farm isn't exactly huge. Would I still qualify for those grants?
That's a common concern, but the good news is that REAP considers both agricultural producers and rural small businesses. Even if your farm isn't large, you might still qualify as a small business if you're in an area with a population of 50,000 or less.
That's a relief. But what kinds of projects does REAP actually support? I'm mainly interested in solar panels for my barns and maybe some new energy-efficient equipment for processing.
You're in luck because REAP covers a wide range of renewable energy systems, including solar. It can also help fund energy-efficient upgrades for agricultural production and processing. We've seen folks use it for everything from new lighting to refrigeration systems.
Those upgrades could really make a difference in my operating costs. What kind of savings are we talking about here with these REAP grants?
REAP grants can cover up to 50% of your total project costs. That's a significant savings right off the bat. However, I understand that getting one of these grants can be competitive.
That's what I was thinking. It sounds like it could be tough to secure a grant.
It can be, but don't let that discourage you. There are definitely ways to make your application stand out, and that's where we come in. Midwest Solar and Energy can help you navigate the process, gather the necessary documentation, and put together a strong application that highlights the unique benefits of your project.
That's good to hear. I'm not exactly a paperwork wizard, so having some guidance would be a lifesaver.
We've helped many folks just like you secure REAP funding. We know the ins and outs of the process and can make it as smooth and stress-free as possible.
All right, REAP sounds pretty great for the farm, but what about my home? Let's start by taking a closer look at REAP and break down those eligibility requirements for both agricultural producers and rural small businesses.
Sounds good to me. Let's unpack this REAP program and see how it can work for your farm. All right, let's talk about those REAP grants for agricultural producers. The main requirement is that at least 50% of your gross income must come from agricultural operations.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about those of us who might not meet that 50% threshold? Are there any other options under REAP?
That's where the small business category comes in. If your farm operates as a business and is located in an eligible rural area with a population of 50,000 or less, you might still qualify. So even if your farm income is diversified, you might still be eligible for REAP grants as a small business.
It's all about finding the right fit for my specific circumstances. And remember, even if you're not sure if you qualify, it never hurts to reach out and explore the possibilities.
That's true. It's better to ask and find out than to assume you don't qualify and miss out on a great opportunity.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about some examples of projects that REAP can fund.
Perfect. I'm eager to hear about real-world applications of this program. We've seen incredible success stories across the Midwest. For example, several pork farms in Indiana used REAP grants to install solar panels on their barns, significantly reducing their energy costs and boosting their bottom line.
Wow, that's impressive. Solar-powered pig farms. Now that's a story I can get behind.
And it's not just limited to livestock operations. Shepherd's Way Creamery in West Virginia used funding to build an energy-efficient cold storage facility, which they fondly call their cheese cave. This upgrade has allowed them to expand their production and reduce their energy consumption, all thanks to REAP.
Those are some inspiring examples. It's great to see how REAP is making a real difference for rural businesses and farms across the country.
And these are just a few examples among many. The possibilities are vast, and REAP is constantly evolving to support the latest advancements in renewable energy and energy efficiency. Basically, if it saves energy, it could be eligible for REAP funding. REAP can also fund upgrades that improve your energy efficiency, such as high-efficiency HVAC systems, insulation, lighting, and more. And don't forget about energy efficiency. It supports a wide range of renewable energy technologies including solar, wind, geothermal, hydropower, biomass, and even hydrogen. REAP is surprisingly comprehensive.
That's fantastic. It's like a one-stop shop for all things energy-related. But I have to admit, the application process seems a bit daunting.
We'll guide you through every step of the process, from determining your eligibility to gathering the required documentation and submitting a compelling application. I understand where you're coming from. Government paperwork can be intimidating, but that's where Midwest Solar and Energy steps in to make your life easier.
That puts my mind at ease. Having an expert in my corner would definitely make this process less overwhelming.
We're here to answer your questions, address your concerns, and make sure you feel confident throughout the entire process.
All right, I'm ready to take the plunge. Let's talk about how we can make REAP work for my farm and my home.
That's the spirit.
Now let's shift gears for a moment and delve into the Solar for All program, which can help you make your home more energy efficient and potentially even solar powered. Sounds good to me. Let's shed some light on this Solar for All program and see how it can benefit homeowners like me.
So, we've talked about how REAP can help you on the farm, but let's zoom in on your home and the Solar for All program. Remember those home upgrades you mentioned?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been wanting to replace those old drafty windows and maybe upgrade the insulation in the attic, but the cost always felt like a hurdle.
That's where the Solar for All program can be a game changer. One of the things that makes it so unique is its focus on making those energy efficiency improvements more affordable for everyone, regardless of income.
So even if I'm not necessarily low income, I could still benefit from this program.
Exactly. While the program prioritizes low-income communities, it also aims to make energy efficiency accessible to a wider range of homeowners, and that's where the 0% financing comes in.
Yeah, that 0% financing is really catching my attention.
It is a great benefit. It almost feels like a no-brainer. Think about it. You make those energy-efficient upgrades, which instantly start saving you money on your energy bills. And because you're not paying any interest on the financing, those savings go straight back into your pocket.
So it's like a positive feedback loop. The upgrades save me money, and the program helps me afford those upgrades in the first place.
Precisely. And remember, those energy efficiency upgrades not only save you money, but also increase the value of your home.
Wow, it's a win-win situation all around. I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together.
But before we get too excited, let's talk about the nitty-gritty of the Solar for All program. How does it actually work at the local level?
Good question. Since Solar for All operates through grants to state and tribal governments, the specific implementation details can vary depending on where you live. But the general idea is the same: to create and expand programs that make solar energy and energy efficiency more accessible. So it's like a localized approach to a nationwide initiative.
This localized approach ensures that the program is tailored to the specific needs and challenges of each community.
That makes a lot of sense, but where do I even begin? Who do I contact to learn more about these programs in my area?
That's where Midwest Solar and Energy can be your guide. We're deeply familiar with the ins and outs of these programs, and we can connect you with the right resources and contacts in your specific area. It's like having a personal solar concierge service.
We like to think of ourselves as your solar allies, making the transition to renewable energy as smooth and stress-free as possible.
Alright, I'm definitely feeling more empowered and less overwhelmed now. But I have to admit, I still have a few lingering questions about solar panels.
That's completely understandable. Solar panels are a big investment, and it's important to have all the facts before making a decision. What specifically is on your mind?
How long can I expect them to last before needing replacement? Well, for starters, I'm curious about the lifespan of solar panels.
Most solar panels on the market today have a lifespan of 25 to 30 years, and many come with performance warranties that guarantee a certain level of energy production over that time. It's a great question.
And as technology continues to advance, we can expect even longer lifespans and higher efficiencies from future generations of solar panels. 25 to 30 years is a pretty impressive lifespan. That's reassuring to know.
But what about maintenance? Are solar panels high maintenance? That's good news for the future of solar energy.
Generally, a simple cleaning a couple of times a year is all that's needed to keep them operating at peak efficiency. They don't have any moving parts, so there's less that can go wrong. Actually, solar panels are surprisingly low maintenance.
So no oil changes or tune-ups required. That's a relief.
And if any issues do arise, most manufacturers offer comprehensive warranties and support to ensure your panels stay in top shape. Exactly.
And don't forget about the environmental benefits. Every kilowatt hour of electricity you generate from solar power is a kilowatt hour that doesn't come from burning fossil fuels, reducing your carbon footprint and contributing to a cleaner, healthier planet. That's good to know. I'm starting to see the appeal of solar more and more.
That's a powerful motivator for me. I want to do my part to leave a better world for my kids and grandkids.
And investing in solar energy is one of the most impactful ways to do just that.
Okay, I'm sold. Midwest Solar and Energy, let's make this happen.
All right. But before we finalize any plans, let's talk about the financial side of things.
That's a crucial step. Let's break down the costs, the potential savings, and how those government programs can sweeten the deal even further.
Sounds good to me. Let's crunch those numbers and see how solar energy can make financial sense for my home and my farm.
We know you're interested in both home and farm upgrades, so let's see how those potential savings can add up. All right, let's talk numbers.
I'm all yours. I know solar and energy efficiency can save money in the long run, but those upfront costs can feel daunting.
REAP and Solar for All can significantly reduce those upfront costs, making these upgrades much more manageable. Absolutely, but remember those government programs we discussed?
Sure, how long does it typically take to recoup the costs of these upgrades through energy savings? Those programs are key, but I'm still curious about the overall return on investment.
But generally speaking, we see homeowners and businesses recouping their investment within 5 to 10 years. That's a crucial question. The answer depends on several factors, such as the size of your system, your energy consumption, and the available incentives.
Okay, that's a time frame I can work with, and once those costs are recouped, it's essentially pure savings from there on out, right?
Exactly. Plus, as energy costs continue to rise, your savings will only grow over time.
Now, that's what I call a smart investment.
It is. But beyond the financial benefits, I'm also drawn to the environmental impact of going solar.
That's a sentiment we hear a lot from our clients. Knowing that you're generating clean, renewable energy that reduces your reliance on fossil fuels is a powerful motivator.
It feels good to know that I can save money and contribute to a healthier planet at the same time.
It's a win-win for sure. Even small changes can make a big difference in your overall energy consumption. And speaking of win-win, let's circle back to the idea of energy efficiency.
Those little things add up.
They do. I've already started switching to LED light bulbs and being more mindful about turning off lights when I leave a room.
Those upgrades can significantly reduce your heating and cooling costs. And don't underestimate the power of insulation and sealing air leaks. Those are great first steps.
You're right, I tend to overlook those basic things.
They lay the groundwork for a truly energy-efficient home or business, maximizing your savings and minimizing your environmental impact. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of solar panels and forget about the fundamentals, but those fundamentals are essential.
So it's like a holistic approach to energy management, combining renewable energy sources like solar with smart energy efficiency practices.
That's the key. It's all about creating a sustainable energy ecosystem that works for you and the planet.
Midwest Solar and Energy, you've given me a lot to think about today. Ready to go solar and save big? Contact Midwest Solar and Energy today. Don't miss out on these incredible opportunities. Call us now or visit our website at midwestsolarandenergy.com or call us at 417-593-6708 or just check the information in the description to learn more. Let's make your dream of a sustainable future a reality. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on renewable energy and sustainability.